Rest I will take care for you. Just this one thing, that everything that you set your eyes upon, you treat it as Sadhguru. Rest of your life, your destiny and your liberation, I will take care.
Every day in the morning, if you start your day with this simple thought in your mind, that today, wherever I go, I will create a peaceful, loving and joyful world. If you fall down 100 times in the day, what does it matter? For a committed man, there is no such thing as failure. If you fall down 100 times, 100 lessons to be learnt. If you commit yourself like this to creating what you really care for, now your mind gets organized. Once your mind gets organized, the way you think is the way you feel, your emotion will get organized. Once your thought and emotion is organized, your energies will get organized in the same direction. Once your thought, emotion and energies are organized, your very body will get organized. Once all these four are organized in one direction, your ability to create and manifest what you want is phenomenal.
I don't see what's the point in anybody making the process of life unpleasant for themselves. We do not know what big things will become in your life. Whether you are going to climb Mount Everest or not, whether you are going to run 100 meters in 7 seconds or not, whether you are going to beat the Bolt or not, whether whether you are going to become a billionaire or not, we do not know. But this one thing you deserve, that the process of life was a pleasant experience for you. This one thing must happen to you, isn't it? This one thing every human being deserves, isn't it so? Other things according to their capabilities. All the other things according to their capabilities. This one thing every human being deserves, that you make the experience of life into a pleasant process. This much must happen, isn't it? Other things we don't know. They may happen, they may not happen because they're subject to various realities. They're not just you. Those situations are not just you, isn't it? Those situations are so many things. This one thing you can do it. If this one thing happens, life is beautiful. According to our capabilities, each one will do whatever we can do. That's all there is to life, isn't it? But this one thing should happen. So, you must be a volunteer, always. What being a volunteer means is, to volunteer means you're doing your life willingly. That's all it means. Right now if you say, I'm a volunteer, what it means is, I am doing whatever I am doing willingly. Yes? So this is all the choice you have. You can either do your life willingly or unwillingly. If you do it willingly, it becomes a love affair. If you do it willingly, it becomes your heaven. If you do it unwillingly, it'll become your hell. Yes? That's all the difference, isn't it? Anything that you're doing in your life, if you're doing it willingly, it's a beautiful thing. If it's happening to you unwillingly, it's a horrible thing, isn't it so? So being a volunteer does not mean washing dishes, does not mean cutting vegetables, does not mean this or that. Learning to become willing in all kinds of situations. That you do every moment of your life willingly, not unwillingly. Because the moment unwillingness comes, even if the most beautiful thing is happening to you, it feels like you're being buggered by life. Yes or no? Unwilling, you're unwilling, but we'll push you into heaven, you'll suffer. How do you know you're not already in heaven? Is there any proof? Is there any proof in your hands that this is not heaven? Then, because you're unwilling, even the heaven is ugly. If you're willing, it's very beautiful. And only if you are willing, you become available to grace, otherwise You have to plod every step, which is not easy.
See, in this world, this is the sort of people who exist, like this, like this, like this, like this. This is the kind of people there are. But if you want to work with ideal people, you must go to heaven. And today.
Today.
But if you think what you're doing is very significant, you must learn to work with all these horrible people. This is how the world is. If you think what you're doing is very significant, you learn to work with all kinds of people. You will see horrible people will do wonderful things. Yes?
Yes, yes.
But if you want to work with ideal people, you won't find any. I haven't found one yet. All kinds of mixed bags.
Yes.
But if you are willing that you are not yes and no, yes to one, no to another, you're simply one big yes, you will find a way.
It doesn't matter what you want to do in your life. One thing must happen, your body and your brain should not come in your way. They must work for you. Yes or no? Hello? Never your body and your mind should not come in the way of who you want to be. Right now for most people, they themselves are a big issue. When you are an issue, how will you address the issues in the world? If you really want to address the issues in the world, this one should never be an issue, isn't it? I am not the issue here, I am never the problem. If there are problems, I will deal with it, but I am never the problem. This must happen to you, isn't it? Please make yourself like this, that you are never the problem, you're always a part of the solution, never a part of the problem. Because the greatest fulfillment in one's life is that you function in such a way that you could do something which is much larger than yourself. This must happen. This is the highest fulfillment of activity, that you are able to do something which is larger than yourself. Only then you will see fulfillment in activity. Activity is one thing, but most important thing is how you are. Can you make this happen for yourself, that you are never the problem? You are not the issue in your life. Other issues, if they come, we will deal with it to the best of our ability, but this should not be an issue, isn't it? This can be easily done, very simple processes. If you invest on 20-30 minutes a day, you can bring this possibility into your life. It is just that it needs a certain orientation, because life is continuously outward. To turn inward, it needs a certain help and situation has to be created to make that happen. We are very much willing to do that with you. We can't just live like this. We can't just continue to live like this, insulating our humanity and thinking everything is okay. It's time we have a living humanity, that our heart beats for everything, our heart bleeds for everything, and we will do the best we can do. In our lives, if we do not do what we cannot do, there's no problem. But if we do not do what we can do, we are a disastrous life, isn't it? It's my wish and my blessing, you should not be that disaster. Normally, what you call as a personality is essentially different levels of constipation. I don't like this, I can't stand this, I can't do this, I can't do that, I only like this, I cannot like that. Different levels of constipation. What causes this constipation? Constipation, in its physiological sense, means constriction of a tract. Here, it's constriction of one's mind and consciousness, that it's held. There's no free flow of life. It's restricted because your ability to experience your life is only through the instruments of your body and your mind. Either your body or your mind in some way constricted means your ability to experience life also gets constipated. This happens in many ways. You will be surprised, many of you think you've grown out of those things, but when you're 10 years of age, your mama, your uncle, I mean, your mama said something, he called you an idiot. Now you're 50, but still 40 years ago he called you an idiot, it still bothers you. When you see his face, he called me an idiot. Like this it goes on. The more concretized your persona is, or your personality is, the more nicks and wounds you carry upon yourself. And these are not physiological wounds to heal, because they are self-inflicted wounds. These are being carried as badges of life's experience, so they don't go. Because of this, I like this guy, I don't like this guy, I love this person, I hate this person, I can't stand this person, all this has happened. Next 24 hours, you must do this. All these mamas, friends, enemies, nonsense, you don't have to tell them, I love you. Not necessary. Within yourself, you must come to a total sense of acceptance of everything. So, somebody said something, somebody did something, somebody stepped on your foot, somebody stepped on your head. 24 hours. It's a small prescription, only for 24 hours. Come to an absolute acceptance of everything. Your mental things, your emotional things, your bodily things, every damn thing, and the social things. Just simply accepting it as it is. You don't have to do anything with anybody, just within yourself. If you just do this, life will happen on a larger scale. Those of you who claim that you love Sadhguru, how many of you are there like that? So, all of you who raised your hands and said, I love you, Sadhguru, from today on, I want you to treat everybody, man, woman, child, animal, plant, if possible even inanimate things, everything that you see, everything that you set your eyes upon, you must see it and treat it as Sadhguru. What is that? What does clapping mean? Yes or no? You do just this one thing, rest I will take care for you. Just this one thing, that everything that you set your eyes upon, you treat it as Sadhguru. Rest of your life, your destiny and your liberation, I will take care.
When we say sadhana, it is not aimed at any one particular aspect. Sadhana is done to nurture our life. It takes care of both internal and external aspect of our life. All of us know how to handle our materialistic needs and to some extent our mental situations as well. If we need to consciously move our physical body from one point to another, it is possible. If we need to shift our mind from one thought to another, we can do it, but only in a limited way. When it comes to emotions, we can change or move them as well. But when it comes to our life energies, we need to do something that will work. Our body is moving, mind and emotions is also mobile. But if our life energies is not moving, then we are really not going anywhere on our spiritual path. Once initiated by Sadhguru for a particular practice or sadhana, then we can loosen that particular dimensions of life with our daily practices. Practice is aimed at loosening that dimension which is not in our hands. With a focused mind, we can move our body, thoughts, and emotions, but that's not the case with life energies. That is where our sadhana comes in. If we want to move from one dimension of life to another, all the above four things must move. For any transformation to happen, first, all three dimensions of mind, body, and emotions must be disciplined, followed by regular practice or sadhana as we call it. You will be able to understand better with this example. Imagine you are traveling in a car and you arrived at an area where the soil is soggy. You got stuck in the mud. If one wheel is stuck and all three are spinning, you are still stuck. It is same even if two wheels are stuck. If all four are stuck, then there is no point at all. You are going nowhere. Now, compare this situation to your current life. If you got one or two of your wheels spinning, you can manage your material life. You may be successful and manage your family and relationships well. But when it comes to moving from one dimension of life to another, all the four, that is, mind, body, emotions, and life energies, must move. So, it is of utmost importance to discipline your mind, body, and emotions and keep up the daily sadhana. The nature of each human being is such that if there is no movement in their respective lives towards their betterment, they are bound to get frustrated. Now, according to Sadhguru, the Guru himself, any day to day activities that we conduct can become a sadhana. This does not mean that we can skip our daily practice. Sadhguru means to say that every action that we perform can be a tool of our well being. The way we approach our food and then eat it, the way we walk, the way we sit, the way we talk to other people, everything can be used as a tool for our inner growth. For a human being to function smoothly in the world, two things are needed, namely balance and clarity. These two are the important aspects. To live a balanced life, the outside activity should also be proper along with our inner experience. It is just like flowering of a plant. If we need a flower to blossom in our garden, we need to take care of the plant. But it is also necessary to take care of the light, water, soil, and manure. Then the final result will be beautiful. If sadhana is done in a consecrated space, then the results will be better. Isha Foundation has all such infrastructure wherein you can go and find a place to grow and nurture yourself. Consecrated spaces are designed by Sadhguru in such a way that it helps you grow on your spiritual path. Even if you are doing your daily practice, but the rest three wheels are not disciplined, then you might think that practice is not making me better. But it is necessary to keep up the daily practice. When the wheels are spinning, it is easy to get the vehicle out of the mud. In the same way, during the inner engineering program, we all have been taught a crash course in inner engineering. If we remind ourselves of the crash course every day before the practice, it will make a difference. If one time is not enough, then we can remind ourselves of the same every hour. If we don't remind ourselves, then our thoughts and emotions will become a hurdle. So, we think that this video has benefited you. Thank you for your valuable time. Namaskaram.